It is uploading. Hey, what's going on? I don't know if you guys can see us right now. Oh my gosh, welcome to the harvest. This is the roast of Governor Ratcliffe. Oh my God, are you guys excited? I'm excited. I just really, since, we've got Thanksgiving coming up, I really just wanted to talk about the settlers for a minute. Let's just educate America and whatever countries are watching this, like Mazel Tov. Is that a country? Anyways, you guys are in for a real treat tonight. We have taken a week off. So I don't know if you know this, but there's a thing called an election. It was like really important. And it took about 5 days for us to calm down and have our hearts stop beating like a rabbit's. Because I almost broke down a couple times here. I'm going to be honest. My kidney disorder is probably not happy with me. But the thing is, we're chugging along. So tonight we are going to roast Governor Ratcliffe. I don't know if you know anything about him. Pocahontas. It's a pretty good movie. I don't know if you've seen it. If you haven't, like, your parents don't fucking love you, They just don't. Pocahontas, the main character is Pocahontas, okay? She a Native American. She got a dad. He a Native American chief, okay? They live in this, like, outdoorsy type area. You know what I mean? Lots of trees and stuff, dirt, lots of rivers, canoes made out of wood from the trees surrounding the dirt. You know what I mean? It's very beautiful. Somehow Pocahontas's grandma is a tree now, and everyone's just okay with that. It's a little off-putting for me. But she ends up falling in love or being bought by John Smith, and she's underage. I just want to let you guys know that. That would be frowned upon nowadays. But back then, they were just taking them. They didn't care. They're taking their land and their ladies. It didn't matter to them. Tonight, we got to go in order because I'm horrible at going in order. Okay, guys? While everyone is watching, like, go ahead and share this. Like, go down below. You just click it. You share it. Tell all your friends. Tag your grandma. She's going to hate you after that. You know what I mean? Because we are garbage people. I'm going to be honest. We have some really good people here tonight. We have some fresh faces. You'll get to see them in 2 Shakes of Lamb's Tail. Anna, that was for you. Speaking of which, we are going to kick it off with one of my favorite condescending friends, Anna Pardon.
Stop. Okay. Did you do us on the gallery view, Nick?
Oh, no, I sure didn't. Hold on.
I was starting video. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Here we go, guys. These are all the fresh faces, Michelle. We are all here tonight to make you laugh. It has been a hard week for everyone, so just like enjoy our perspective, okay? Because we are coming to you right now. But yeah, back to my friend Anna. I'm so sorry, Anna.
Okay. I just wanted to stall you really quick. Cool. What a week, you guys. With the election and everything, I feel like we can finally breathe. And I don't know if you guys know this, but right now, if you go to loser.com, it links to Donald Trump's Wikipedia page. Tried it all day. I loved it. And I just want to say how nice it was for Kyle Porter to just loan his URL out for the week. If we get lucky tonight, we might see Kyle's cat make an appearance. Those two are just BFFs, And I think the reason they get along so well is because they use the same litter box.
We do.
Okay. I'm going to move on to Hannah Howard now. Oh, Hannah Howard. I just want to say I drank an entire bottle of wine on the last show to channel you. I don't think anyone noticed that it wasn't you. And, some people may call you an alcoholic. I just call you smart. It's the only way I really could have gotten through, if we're being honest. And now I totally understand your parenting style as well. Now, if you guys don't know this, Hannah has a pet bunny named Nugget. He's so cute. And he actually has his own Facebook page too. You can find him actually under the name Clint Howard II. But I can't say too many things about Hannah because our therapist might be watching. So let's move on to Nick Hawk. You know, Nick hit on Adam Levine from Maroon 5 on live national television, and they like followed each other on Twitter and stuff because it was The Voice and cool. But like months later, Adam unfollowed him on Twitter. And I did not write a punchline for this because Nick is already the punchline. Nick is the human version of cocaine. Boom, roasted. And speaking of white substance, I just want to say great job on putting this panel together again. All right. Wes Davis. Wes, how are things going with your mail order bride? Good, I assume. You know, before he settled on Kyle Porter's sloppy seconds, Wes relied on flirting tactics such as flirting with every user who appeared to be female on Twitter using the Aggies and A&M hashtags. And it worked for a while until he realized he was flirting just with himself. But you know, I kid. Wes's favorite pastime, as we all know, is hitting on women in the Big Lots tampon aisle. Speaking of girls who buy tampons at Big Lots, Emily Landrum is here. You know, I saw a picture somewhere of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile at Emily's wedding recently. So I just want to say good for you on getting a wiener on your wedding night. This is the first time I'm meeting Emily, and I learned today that she and I were both Guy Fieri for Halloween. So that makes us the only sexy guys on this panel. Thanks, Nick. Thank you.
What a freaking treat, Anna.
No, I'm not done.
Oh,
wait through my set. What?
Just
okay. Let's continue. You know, if you were wondering what a panty sniffer looks like, look no further than Miles Francis. But actually, let's do a quick survey. Panel, if you guys have ever sniffed someone else's underwear other than your own, can you just go ahead and raise your hand? And the audience at home, you guys can't see, but I just want to let the record show that every guy is raising his hand right now. And so is Michelle. But really, Miles is a kind soul. But I feel like he throws and breaks shit and dive bars in Louisville because a bartender refused to turn off women's gymnastics. Thank you. Okay. Moving on to Wes Corwin. Wes reminds me a lot of Pocahontas because he looks like he talks to trees. Also because it looks like a raccoon does his hair every morning. And also because I've personally seen him walk up to the edge of a cliff and just start screaming into the wind. Moving on to Michelle. How is Chocolate Secrets? Have you had any new tits pop out lately? We're dying now. You know, I know we're talking about Pocahontas tonight, but I just want to say, I think if Michelle were a Disney character, she'd be Belle. But like if Belle were cheating on the Beast with Gaston and cheating on Gaston with his sidekick LeFou. But you know, I have a lot of respect for Michelle and how much she really does for our community. Not for comedians, just her community service from her charge of disorderly conduct after Wes Davis rejected her on the tampon aisle of Big Lots. Okay, moving on to Mayor Ratcliffe. Nick, I promise you can cut me off in like a minute.
No, I thought you said back to Nick, so I thought it was done.
No, I said let's move on to Nick. God
bless.
Yay. Mayor Ratcliffe, he looks like if Professor Plum just ate all the other contestants in Clue, like in the library. Or whatever's on the game board, I don't know. I wish I could insult the outfit more, but it's something I would probably wear. Aside from the bitch handles. I feel like it takes a special kind of asshole to make a pug look mean. Like just get a chihuahua, you know. Also, I just want to say I would pay big bucks to see Mayor McCheese beat the shit out of Mayor Ratcliffe. Total side note. But I think we know who the real mayor is. And okay, the actor who voiced Ratcliffe was also the voice of Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast, and the narrator of Beauty and the Beast, and the narrator of Winnie the Pooh. And you know, if I didn't know any better, I'd say I was reading off the lies on Kyle Porter's resume again. And lastly, I think the actor who voiced him was best known for starring in MASH, but who gives a shit other than the Wesses on this panel? I can't think of anyone else. And I think that is it.
Woo. I love you. I swear I didn't mean to cut you off. I literally shouldn't have smoked before this. I'm going to tell you that straight away.
So
The truth is out.
Everything is a little foggy. Speaking of guys who are used to date raping women, we have Wes Davis.
An intro.
Date now. Okay, that's fair. I'm going to start off. We'll just go around the panel. It's so great to see Emily Landrum here. I haven't seen you in so long. DCH closed, COVID, all that stuff. Hey, you remember when you TA'd my stand-up class? Look at us now. Look at us. We're fucking killing it. Emily could have had any guy she wanted at DCH, which is the dating equivalent of dumpster diving at DCH. So that's pretty awesome. Both Emily and Anna, according to Instagram, were Guy Fieri for Halloween. Sexy Guy Fieri. As if I needed another reason to jerk off to diners, drive-ins, and dives. I didn't need the additional incentive, but it's cool that both of y'all finally let that goatee grow out. And I'm really fucking disappointed to see that you shaved today. Anna, you mentioned last time that we were on a roast together that you at some point in the past had a crush on me. If you wear that costume, I'll let you peg me.
He's not kidding.
Only if you use the cast iron mold and Nick's dick I know you have in your bedside drawer. Anna Howard's here. I bet her kids have never said that. Oh shit. I love Hannah. Hannah looks like the kind of girl that used to give hand jobs behind Hot Topic. There's not a joke. That's just like an observation. That's like, notice that. Wes Corwin's here. He and I have the same names, and he's better at comedy than me. Ha ha, fuck you, all you unoriginal motherfuckers. Seriously, Wes, I love you, and it looks like heroin recovery's going stellar, so you just keep that shit. Miles Francis is here. I love Miles. I really do. He's the nicest guy in the world. He sells great pot. He looks like every single clickbait article thumbnail that says, like, look where the chubby kid from The Sandlot is now. You won't believe it. Miles Francis is the most innocent drug dealer ever. He thinks that Hannah Montana was the title character in Scarface. But seriously, I love Miles because he's like a charitable guy. He grows his hair out real long and then he cuts it and donates it to kids who are dying with cancer. And I just think that's admirable. And we should all give a round of applause to his charity, Miles's Merkins. Let's just give it up. It's a wonderful cause. Michelle Rose Dome is here. Everybody give it up for Michelle Rose Dome. You should go by Michelle Rose because you look like you give the most unenthusiastic dome ever. Michelle hosts a mic at Chocolate Secrets. It's so secret nobody fucking goes. I'm just kidding because I love that fucking mic. And like there's not really a great roast here, but I just have to say this. Shane Philibert and I used to go to Chocolate Secrets because it was such a fun place to like do different shit, and we got to bump mics there. And we would go on after the following: activist slam poetry, angry white misogynistic comedy, an old white Rastafarian from Highland Park thirst trapping Michelle into belly dancing, more angry white misogynistic comedy, Nick Hawk doing cum spiral art demos, random barely legal titties, the owner of the shop's kid freestyle rapping about Dragon Ball Z, and then us.
Fair.
And that would be followed by a 16-year-old girl singing Ave Maria. And in other words, that's Anna Barton's most recent diary entry. Nick Hawk hosts this son of a bitch, and I love him for it. Nick was on The Voice, which shocked me because the only thing that sounds good in Nick is the metal rod up his dick hole right now. Subtle sounding jokes from me today. Guys, I've never seen Pocahontas. So my parents didn't love me, Nick. You're right. But if we're going to talk about Radcliffe, if you look at that character, like, where is he? He's over my shoulder here. Look at him. Okay, you know this guy fucks. This guy fucks. Okay, Wiggins spends most of his night. Wiggins is his assistant. He spends most of his nights in a gimp trunk. And Radcliffe definitely sleeps with that thumb up the dog's asshole. He looks like a less threatening Ron Jeremy or Nick Hawk's dream daddy. The whole movie is not about Pocahontas, though. Look at the way this guy dresses, okay? This is about a man so suppressed in his desire to be femme that he takes it out on an entire group of indigenous people. We need to be more open and accepting in this society if we want to avoid genocide. Okay, Disney is going to do a remake of Pocahontas in 2020, and it turns out they're just replacing Radcliffe's voice with Trump's stump speeches. The parallels between Radcliffe and Trump are pretty amazing. They both demand things they didn't earn. They both have a sycophant or three running around thirsting for his cock, and both are going to likely end up skinned by the people that they're oppressing. And that's real. I'm going to end this with a history lesson that Hannah took the wind out of my sails on. This is my whole last joke. But the Powhatan Indians invited the settlers in, right? Nick, you can take your pants off. Okay, so they invited the settlers in, and they tied him to a stake. Nick, it's okay. Go slow. Just start working it slow for me. Okay, and they tied him up, and then the women of the tribe took mussel shells and slowly scraped his skin off, and then bit by bit just tossed it into the fire so he could watch himself slowly be burned alive. And they saved his face for last. They skinned the rest of his face off, and then they took his fleshless body and stuck it in a fire pit where he was burned and screaming alive. Nick, did you come? It's so fun to talk people off. Back to Nick.
How am I gonna clean myself up, bro? There's no time. It's everywhere. It's on the keyboard.
Hot.
No, Les. It's honestly so nice to have you back. I just brought you back so I could get payback. Just fucking wait, buddy.
I can't wait.
Next up, we have really one of the most, like, tonight's gonna be probably more serious for me in like the in-between times because I really enjoy doing this show. I really have a good time with the people that do this show. And so I'm not gonna insult you until it gets to your part. So like Kyle, you're lucky tonight. We're gonna go to Kyle Porter. He's a good guy. Watch him.
You sounded so enthusiastic about all of that. I think that's enough of a roast. We're gonna go Kyle Porter now. Okay, I'm not gonna be mean. All right. So I'm going to be honest, I struggled a little bit this week to get some good roasts written as well. Not because I'm not amazing, but because it's hard to come up with new, fresh material when everyone you're roasting never does anything new ever. Guys. So to keep things fresh during my set, I'm going to be giving any future roasters watching helpful tips on giving the best roast of the night. Tip 1, don't stumble so much like I do. Tip 2, be yourself. And by that, I mean be me. Better than everyone else. Now, I like to start out with the newbies. It's just a quick lesson that I learned from Wes Davis, who likes to trick and groom his victims at an early age. That, kids, is what we call the old reach around in the biz. You know, you start off one way and then you reach around and whip out something unexpected. You're welcome. Another helpful tip is when giving a good roast, I just lost my place, is don't lose your fucking place. So another helpful tip in giving a good roast is to make sure to push your own personal agenda as much as possible, just like Wes Corwin does when he very nobly fights for the rights of Geico cavemen everywhere. You see, guys, it doesn't always have to be political, but if white men have taught me anything, it's that I personally am allowed to make jokes like, Michelle Rose Dom, I tried to research you on Facebook, but I just couldn't get past searching for your relationship status. I'm a man, and we deserve to know these things before we waste our time getting to know you. That's on you and society for showing young men what a woman's role should be. See, kids, classic roast stuff, you know, like passing the Brechtel test. Nailed it. Another tip, if you ever feel like you've gone too far or gotten too personal, do exactly like Hannah Howard's chins and double down. Michelle actually has over 1 million skills listed on her actors page on backstage.com. And I gotta say, Michelle, as a director, why stop there? Just keep on going, because casting directors are definitely reading that section and not trying to see how much cleavage you fit into your headshots. Live your dreams, girl. A funny story, when Michelle accepted my friend request, my dyslexia made it look like it said, Michelle Rose accepted your dumb friend request. And I was like, Jesus, it's just for the show, bitch, calm down. Real life, that happened. Another good tip for future roasters, be sure to make wild accusations about the other comedians. Do it with the confidence of Donald Trump mocking minorities in the wrong parking lot. Accusations such as Emily Landrum got married exactly 1 year from when she got engaged. And that says to me, they're only exactly 1 year from filing for divorce. Another tip for you young roasters watching, remember, if you can't find anything good to roast about someone, it doesn't mean you're a bad comedian. It means they're a boring human. Emily, I had to do extensive research on you, and the only video that I could sit through was of a dog chasing its own tail for a minute straight. Now that you're married, there are at least 3 things that dog can do that you wish you still could. Anything lasting longer than a minute, chasing tail, and being flexible enough to lick yourself. You're married, someone's got to do it. Oh, let's turn this oven off because this roast is getting dark. All right, and remember, kids, once you find a good rhythm, mix it up. Keep them on their toes. Give them that surprise reach around we talked about earlier. For example, did watching Pocahontas make anyone else cry? Twice. The first time was when I saw that dead grandma tree lady because she looked exactly like a vagina with gangrene. And the second time was when I realized that I had to look up how to correctly spell gangrene. I'm pretty. I'm not smart. Oh, shit. Am I California? Because I just burnt that tree. Yes, sir. Tip number 702, let everyone know how good you're doing often, so they don't forget. Tip 7011, I don't know what number I'm on. After something random, did I just get kicked? Oh, that was weird. After something random, it's time to do a fun list to incorporate the whole team. So the song Just Around the River's Bend is about the particular shape of Miles Francis' penis. The song Steady as a Beating Drum is about what Nick's fiance has to do to help Nick get through another case of coke dick. The song Mine, Mine, Mine is about Hannah Howard because that's exactly what she yells to her kids when they try to sneak into her liquor cabinet. The song Savage Part 1 is about me in this wet ass pussy.
Oh my God.
The song, I don't know what that means. The song Savage Number 2, Savage Part 2 is about Wes Corwin because he's the missing link between man and ape. The song Listen to Your Heart is about Michelle Rose Dom because I don't want to listen with my ears. Oh, that's a rough one. I haven't even met you yet. The song Virginia Company is actually, it's a blend. It's a two-bean roast for Nick Hawk and Anna Barden because you both look like you want a platoon of white men to plow your fields and destroy your once fertile land. And by fertile land, I mean Nick's mouth. It's the gift that keeps giving. Herpes.
Yeah.
The song Colors of the Wind is not about anyone on this dais because you're all a bunch of land-stealing white mans. All right, now that you've milked this list for all it's worth, it's time to tie it all together with some friendly comparisons to the film. Miles Davis, he looks like if John Smith fucked Percy the pug, but he has the personality of if the raccoon fucked the hummingbird. Anna Barden looks just like Percy the pug in the bathtub, meaning that she's adorable and has probably pooped outside before. At least once, statistically speaking. Wes Davis is just like John Smith in that he likes his women outdoorsy and 14. All right, now this is about the time of the show when you/I realize that I forgot to write jokes about the man of the hour. But you know what? It doesn't really matter because no one watching cares about Governor Ratcliffe. But I am a professional, so here are some poorly thrown out throwaway ideas, I guess. Governor Ratcliffe. What a stupid first name, bro. What are you the governor of? The boat? Oh. Governor Ratcliffe, give Prince his outfit back. Ooch, ow-wee, boy. Sorry to get so down and dirty with these burns, y'all, but I've been watching too much Pornhub since the quarantine. Now, all right, now that the audience is safely simmering in your sweet, sweet roast juices, it's time to finish up with a signature Kyle Porter sign-off. And yes, if you're following my method, you're going to want to go ahead and lean into the fact that everyone thinks you look like a down-on-his-luck weatherman. So here's the sign-off. In the paraphrase words of Pocahontas' father, thank you for letting me get savage on your pale demon faces tonight. Now, this has been How to Correctly Deliver a Rump Roast with Kyle Porter. Back to you, Nick, you unused tampon.
I am very absorbent. I am. I am. It's crazy. Put lotion on me, it's gone in seconds. Next up, we have a newbie, but she has been around. She's been around, not sexually. I mean, just like alive. She's been alive for a while. Look at her. It's Rose. Oh, it's Rose. I'm just gonna call you Rose from now.
Yes, it is me, Rose. I'll never let go, Jack. Okay, our man of dishonor is from Pocahontas, Governor Ratcliffe. The film is from 1995, so the year most of you were born. Yeah. Ratcliffe, you're the big baddie of the Hauntus that was Facebook poked, which is to say you're racist, delusional, dishonest, greedy, brutal, power hungry, and stubborn. But enough about your good traits. Governor Ratcliffe, you're from England, and a skinny assistant is dancing circles around you. Yeah, hi Wiggins. It's like Laurel and Hardy plus Elton John's costume changes, so less Son of the Desert with more Priscilla, ya queen. Yeah, our dishonorable guest was voiced by a man owned by Disney and DC, and so is our panel. So here we go. Yeah. On this proverbial dais, coming in first and second place, we have Wes Corwin and Miles Francis. But like, if first world problems could be resolved by adding in a weed dispensary, you're like the Jay and Silent Bob nobody asked for. $15, little man. Put that. Yes, Wes, I'm looking at you. Yeah, is that like a t-shirt, sweats, PJs? Always with the PJs. You're like Groundhog's Day, where everyone just gets dressed in the dark. Yeah. Wes, you look like the sequel to the Oklahoma City bombing just waiting to happen. No, you know what? No, more like Ed Sheeran, but you got hooked on meth. No, but you know what? The truth is, Wes, I'm sad. You know, you left us here in Dallas with the tornadoes to quarantine in Oklahoma with the ice storms. Yeah, no, I don't feel that bad. And Miles, yeah, way to go. Yes. Your existence is the proof that Louis Anderson and Fortune Femster love child can make it. I bet your ringtone is Bob Marley. You know, Miles, you're like an employee of Tommy Bahama that got his uniform shirt, put it on, got stoned, forgot to show up for work, and then just forever stayed in. How is that documentary of Netflix's Have a Good Trip?
Good.
I'm glad to see Anna Barden. Hi. You're like the chick on YouTube that lets Instagram pick her outfits. Only if you've been stuck in your grandma's closet at bed and breakfast in Indianapolis. Which is to say that all things you like are odd and vintage. I mean, you take a tour through your house and really it's like you come across a page-a-day calendar where every day is Catter Day. You were in PR in college, so it's like Sex and the City Samantha Jones. But instead of Smith Jared, you've got a glow-in-the-dark fanny pack in the shape of a chicken.
I do.
She does. Yeah. Just, yeah, real gumption, that one. And, you know, since you've gone on to bigger and better things with Sweet Tooth Hotel, like you work around sweets all day, I'm assuming. But listen, selling drugs in a shopping center doesn't make you the candy woman. You're more of like a retro candy shop, but one in which all the cans inside were shook up and it's celery soda. Can't mention high energy without the high kicks that make up Wes Davis. And you studied martial arts, Andrew Malone? So you're like your own one-man dojo. Plus, you're from Dallas. So all I'm saying is that Chuck Norris is pissed and that he wants his long-lost episodes of Walker, Texas Ranger back. Congrats on staying alive since the Pilgrim times. Yeah. With all the fast talking and orthopedic inserts, you're one conversation away from trying to pawn that Sarasota timeshare. But really, I love you. You're like the oldest on the DS, you know. Hey, look out! It's Powerpuff Girls Blossom. Nope, just Ann Howard. Yeah. Wine, comedy, commiserating about your kids. You're like a forgotten show of Bravo. Watch what happens next. Sip, sip, pass the manic panic. Yeah. One Ouija board short and an adult sleepover. Yeah, how's it going being the mascot for Fun Expo Dallas? Are you more my anime list or the Fairly Odd Parents? Yeah. Listen, you've been dealing with your children in quarantine, so I got to pay you respects. I mean, that's to say that you've been more lost on scavenger hunts than Where's Waldo. The privilege to see Kyle Porter. Yeah, we've never met, but they say you're a server, actor, waiter. Yeah, like in the movie Waiting, only with fewer pubes and more tap dancing. Now I want to see you make a Birds and the Bees PSA. Chlamydia. You're like the film Three Men and a Baby, only there's no baby, and the three men are Stephen Merchant, Jeff Goldblum, and Egon from Ghostbusters. Okay, maybe more like Anthony Rapp, and I'm just waiting for you to bust out with 525,600 minutes. Speaking of minutes, Emily Landrum, better known as the Liz Lemon Drop to our DCH bartender's heart. Pour one out. Or maybe better known as Gen Z's answer to Welcome to the Dollhouse. Yeah. You know what? I lied. I feel like you and Anna should team up and take on all the rainbow popsicle stands by storm. Yeah. But you'd be all low key about it. Like the athleisure pop-up Lisa Frank had always wanted. And finally, our beloved host, Nick Hawk. Nick, I mean, how can you roast Nick? He designed our virtual backgrounds, really all of them. Yeah. His grandma says he's a handsome boy. And he's got the body of a 12-year-old girl, a lover of Adam Levine, so he's still stalking his 8th grade crush. With the personality of a package of a 10-year-old bag of ramen noodles. No, I totally can't roast this guy. And with that, I say I'm done. Thank you.
Michelle, like, good job. Like, I was like a little weary. I was like, can she be mean? And it turns out you're a cunt. Which is cool. You know what I mean? I fully support of cunts. Okay. Speaking of cunts, that's Corwin. He's so, I can't call him a cunt because he's just a gem.
Oh. It's good. It's a weird time. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is the only thing I've been looking forward to. It's weird. I just asked on Facebook what Parler is, and I'm pretty sure my mom is going to get in a fist fight with her pastor. So this is great. It's a good time. I'm super excited for everybody here. I'm super excited to see Emily Landrum. Haven't hung out with her in a while. She's on a roast, which means this is the first time in 3 years she's written a new joke. That's fun. I'm just saying, do you know how hard it is to write somebody that has 5 minutes of material and 8 minutes of personality? Like, it's rough. It's real tough. It's been 3 years. I'm sorry, that one didn't feel good. This is the first time in 5 weeks of doing this roast I've roasted someone I like. So that, hang on. Okay, there we go. I'm back. Emily, it's been 3 years. I love your set. Your set is One-Legged Guy, Mommy Issues, and Chuck E. Cheese, which incidentally is how Anna Barden describes the last 3 men she's had sex with. And, Wes Davis is here for the second time, which I don't understand. I'm pretty sure Nick books these lineups in a way that guarantees he's only the 3rd worst comic on the show. That's Wes, I won't do the joke everybody did last time where it's like, oh, we have the same name. I do want to say, if you ever get confused between me and Wes Davis, I'm like Pocahontas and he's like Pocahontas 2, Journey to a New World. Where, like I won an award and Wes went straight to DVD and you're just Hannah Howard is here. Hannah Howard challenged me 2 weeks ago to, hey, you aren't writing roast jokes about me, write a roast joke about me. And then I did, and she was like, great, congratulate. I could have done it the whole time. I want you to, like, I just don't have any, the challenge that I was going to write, what was I going to do, listen to your podcast? I'm not going to be the 3rd person to listen to your podcast. Wait, you had 3 episodes before you had Clint as a guest on your podcast. What are you saying that's new? Look, I've been doing comedy for 9 years. A year in, I asked Maggie, my spouse in the other room that listens to these through a wall. I was like, hey, we have a good rapport. Do you want to do a podcast with me? And she looked me in the eyes and said, have you really run out of ideas? And that's not Kyle Porter is here, and I've been picking on Kyle week after week. I've been making a joke about his divorce because I thought the saddest thing you could joke about Kyle would be his divorce. And then I found his comedy Facebook page. Goldmine. Oh my God. December 2019 was his last post. If you want to know what Kyle Porter was doing, he was asking people to donate to his short films Kickstarter, which did not.
Nope.
2019 was the last time anyone paid for Kyle's comedy, and by Kickstarter policy, they all got their money back. 2019 was also the last time someone told Kyle they loved him, and incidentally, they all. Nick Hawk is still running the show for a few months. We're doing a couple more of these. The same way Donald Trump is still president. It's only for a few months, and then you never have to think about him again. Never. Michelle Rose is here. She has a virtual open mic. Look, I do like Michelle. I kind of zoned out during her set. If I wanted to watch a local mic act just because she hosts mics, we should all support her. I would have gone to see Mana's album recording, and I did not.
Oh my God.
Miles Francis, I just want to say, I really appreciate Miles Francis. Just really had a good set last week. That's the first time I've seen him do well. Miles kind of looks like if someone made a scarecrow to frighten people with taste. You can follow at Mr. Most Days Off on Parler, and that's not a joke. I don't know. I kind of skipped Michael Myers because he's a big fucking white space. I don't know. I do have thoughts on Ratcliffe. I feel like Ratcliffe got done dirty. Wes Davis talked about what happened to Ratcliffe. He didn't talk about what happened after to Ratcliffe. You know what I mean? Like, so I'll sum up what Wes Davis said. I know it was a long time ago, and you probably didn't enjoy it. Ratcliffe died. The Powhatan Indians invited them to dinner and then murdered all of his friends. It wasn't just him. He brought like 14 people, killed all of them, and then he took. They took him, put him on a stake, carved off his skin, carved off his face, and then they threw his skinned body into a fire pit. And then 400 years later, Disney made him gay in a movie. You know what I mean? That's fucked up. He's a real guy. Now, look, I'm not saying being gay is a bad thing. I'm saying Disney in 1995 thought it was a bad thing. And that's the most thing they could do is make a movie that he's a real guy. He was a guy that, if you look up his biography, he was siphoning food from the village to feed his sick children, and they hated him for it, and they eventually left him, and he only had 14 friends, and he was killed. And Disney's like, oh, let's make a movie where he's gay. That's weird. Is that not weird? I think that's weird. Only other things I want to say, Ratcliffe in the film brought shovels to dig for gold, which isn't how gold works. John Smith wasn't dreamy, and Pocahontas was 12. That's all I really have to say. It's been super fun, and for some reason I keep going in the middle, even though I'm the best part of the show. Thank you, guys.
Oh,
I really
I don't know, man. I just keep putting you there. There's no reason. I just try to rotate it. You're just next on rotation, though. You know, you're gonna get the rotation. It rotates. Oh God, Wes, always a treat. This girl had to take, we took last week off all together as a team. But if you guys remember, someone took it off without consent. And what do we do in America? If someone says, take something without consent, roast them. But until I get to her, she's just lovely. She washed her hair today, guys. Fuck. Here's Hannah Howard.
Nicholas, thank you. I did wash my hair for this.
Oh.
Not for this, just in general. It was time. Jesus, it was time. I'm going to be really straightforward and honest with you guys. I wrote this shit like 5 minutes ago. But I'm going to tell you that it was really easy because all of you guys are really easy targets. This is just a great lineup. Thanks, Nick, for that. So here we go. Anna recently achieved a big goal and is now sponsored by Goodwill on Instagram. Everybody clap at Anna. She finally got it. She got the sponsor of her dreams, Goodwill. Here she comes. Wes Davis looks like he's probably going to have a tough time coming out to his hillbilly family this Thanksgiving, so say a prayer for Wes Davis. Kyle Porter is Ratcliffe's little bitch.
Yeah, Wiggins, baby.
Porter is a white power hungry frat boy looking for a dictator he can call daddy. He finally found one. Governor Ratcliffe's your bitch, baby. Michelle, I have to start by saying, like everybody else on this panel, we were a little nervous. We were like, can Michelle roast? Because she's the nicest person we all know. But girl really delivered. Girl delivered. I'm super proud of you. I've always loved Michelle's energy and positive outlook on life. Some people credit her crack addiction, but I tell them no. She's just lovely, with or without the cocaine. Wes Corwin, do we need to do a well check on you? Clap twice if your legs still work. Oh. I'm genuinely concerned for your well-being at this point. He's being such a little bitch, by the way. He's like, Hannah wanted me to roast her, and I did, and she didn't show up. Like, okay, it wasn't that great. So I did. I just watched. And I'm like, okay, you didn't deliver, so I'm still disappointed. I feel like you haven't. And then you're like, why am I still in the middle of all these sets? I'm the best one. Bitch, you won funniest comedy and comic in like what, 2018? We've moved on. We don't remember you.
Oh my God.
Guys, I'm drunk. Miles,
No.
you're the guy that they're talking about when all the Republicans are mad and say, get a job. That's Miles Francis. All the Republicans are really just mad at Miles. See, we're fine. I cash in on my unemployment check, but they're not mad at me because I'm a mom. They're mad at Miles because he's figured out the loophole. He sits on his ass and smokes pot and cashes in on those unemployment checks till he dies. So it's fine, guys. The pressure's off of us. Republicans hate Miles. Emily, I don't know you very well, but I'm excited to tell you what I feel. Emily, you're definitely going to get exposed for dressing up as a slutty Indian at a sorority party at some point.
What?
We all know you did it. I don't have to dig into history or look at your Facebook. We all know you've been a slutty Indian at some point. And you're being canceled because of it. It's 2020. You can't pull that shit off anymore, sister. Sorry. Little blonde pretty bitch. Nick Hawk, I had a joke for you and I scratched it last minute. You know why? Nick Hawk only booked white people on this Pocahontas themed roast tonight. What the hell, dude? Read the room.
That's very nice.
Trump is no longer president and it's being exposed, Nick, that you probably voted for him.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's old.
I'm going to suggest some people of color next week. This is an embarrassment.
I've been saying it every round.
Anyways, moving on to this bitch. I stand by that point. Look at his boobs. They're almost as big as mine. Not quite. I'll tell him where to get a bra. They're expensive. Okay. I was supposed to watch the movie with my kids, but as before mentioned by all the other comedians on this panel who have no creativity, I'm a mom and I'm bad at it. I forgot. I was supposed to watch Pocahontas, but I didn't. We get it. I'm trash. So I'm just going to go off of memory from my childhood. Ratcliffe is a gay, fat dictator. I'm okay with gays and I'm okay with fat. Look at me. I'm not okay with dictators. I did look at his Wikipedia to see Governor Ratcliffe's like real life, kind of like the other boys before me did. And did you know that he served as a seaman before he was a colonizer? Homeboy's gay for sure. In real life, not just because Disney was going through a weird phase. He's low-key obsessed with John Smith. I mean, like, I get it. He's cute, but calm down. We can get a blonde, cute guy anywhere. It's, like, not even fair. And his only child is a smug pug. I mean, come on. Like, you just don't get much gayer than that. I will just say one last thing about our Governor Ratcliffe. He reminds me of a little bunker bitch. You know what I mean? Probably somebody who won't ever concede. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody who's like, everything's rigged against me. You know what I mean? Somebody who like says that they're going to book the Four Seasons Hotel, but accidentally gets Four Seasons Total Landscaping. You know what I mean? His lawyer's probably like a molester that gets exposed on a crazy film, like something called Borat. You know what I mean? Anyway, I love this roast because I feel like I got to roast our president, who is no longer going to be our president. I'm really excited about that. Cheers. I'm going to end on a high note. Woo! Fuck you, Nick, for being a little racist and only having white people tonight.
Hey guys, I'm gonna make a confession. I only like white people. No, I'm just kidding. No, no. As you were saying that, I was like, I've already booked for next week, and they're all white too.
Nicholas.
No, I ask people of color, but people of color turn me down. Okay.
I blame Texas.
Interesting.
They're smarter than us.
No, they are.
Yeah.
They had better things to do on their Tuesday night. They just knew it, you know? God damn it. I'm telling you. Now everyone thinks I'm a racist, so let's just throw it over to a real, what? It's real. He's the real racist.
Shit.
Look at him. He's not. He's a good guy. Miles Francis.
Now I feel like I know what Biden must feel like having to follow a racist. No, guys, I usually start with the rest of you, but this week is special. This week, we're all here to roast an entitled, overweight, douchebag politician who failed in Virginia. This fat fuck is a total loser that abuses his power to incite xenophobia and terrorism amongst his followers. He's the type of villainous asshole who uses the harsh conditions that exist for most people to his advantage, and he promises them gold, which his bitch ass is fascinated with to the point that it's tacky. He always has a weak yes man and an irritated bitch by his side. And even literally, when every other person realizes his tyrannical reign has ended, this man still refuses to concede, and instead he once again tries and fails to cheat his way to victory because he's a little baby bitch boy. And honestly, guys, I didn't realize until the end of Hannah's set just now. I wrote that about Governor Ratcliffe from Pocahontas, clearly, but man, a lot of that actually describes Donald Trump. Like, sorry, it's just fascinating to me that like all of those sayings could also describe a president and an actual Disney villain. Crazy. But you know what? Actually, that's more interesting than this entire character, because I think this dude has like 6 minutes of screen time. So instead of roasting him, I'm just going to compare the rest of you to either characters of the film or members of the Trump cult. So first up is Kyle Porter, because he just actually announced some really big news. Kyle will be playing Percy, the prissy little dog, in the upcoming live action remake of the Pocahontas movie. It's exciting. And Kyle, you also look like Steven Mnuchin, but instead of being bad at politics, you're just bad at acting. Biggest difference between Kyle and Steven is that Steven Mnuchin has a 26% approval rating, and Kyle will never be that popular. But Kyle isn't the only actor here tonight. Michelle Rosedome is joining us this evening, and Michelle and I actually work together doing murder mystery shows. But the real mystery is how anyone can travel with Michelle and not murder her. Michelle drives the fucking speed limit, y'all. Gross. Michelle drives so slow and she's so bad at navigation. Like watching her drive is like watching a toddler trying to figure out one of those shape puzzles for the first time. Like honestly, I assume that she would like not make it tonight because she would still be trying to figure out her exit to make this Zoom call. And Michelle reminds me of Kayleigh McEnany, and that as an actress, if you pay her, she will say whatever you want, but it won't be convincing. And speaking of obnoxious drivers and obnoxious people, getting in a car with Nick Hawk this weekend is one of the most questionable decisions I've ever made, which I bet I'm not the first guy who said that. But Nick is one of those drivers who not only drives the speed limit, again, gross, but Nick actually like screams shrilly at like any drivers who are passing by him, and he's clogging up the passing lane, y'all. Like, and again, I'm sure this is not Nick's time, his first time to clog up somebody's passing lane. But as much as Nick complains about other drivers, you'd think that one of them grabbed him by the tailpipe. I actually got to host a burlesque show with Nick this weekend, and that's where I learned he and Mike Pence have a lot in common, specifically when it comes to being comfortable around sex-positive women. That concept just seems to break his gay little brain, and Nick was also really uncomfortable. But actually, guys, while we were out this weekend, somebody asked if Nick and I were a couple. And honestly, after that, nothing y'all have to say could possibly hurt me as much as that stranger did. I still don't know if they thought that I was a gay man with a really ugly boyfriend or if Nick was a straight man with a really ugly girlfriend. And speaking of, Emily Landrum's here tonight. She recently went from being somebody's ugly girlfriend to being somebody's ugly wife. Congratulations. That's so good for you. Emily was formerly Emily Ball. So she proposed to everyone she met until someone said yes. And I'm not judging her for that because anyone with that last name would do the same thing. But I do think that Ball is actually a more fitting name for Emily because I feel like if I pretended to throw one and then stuck it behind my back, she would like run around all excited with her tongue hanging out for quite a while before she figured it out. Actually, we have a couple of nobodies here. That's right, both Wes's. But we'll start with Wes Corwin. Wes, you actually reminded me the most of the male lead, John Smith, in the movie Pocahontas. Both your name, or his name, John Smith, is boring and unoriginal, just like your comedy. And then also, you kind of look like John Smith, but instead of classic good looks and a charismatic smile, you look like you're kind of inbred, and you have the same smile as one of the jack-o'-lanterns I still need to throw out. Wes also looks kind of like Eric Trump for the same reasons I just said. Moving on to Wes Davis. Wes, we talked about before, so I know you know that in real life, Pocahontas was only a child when John Smith met her, right? And I kind of noticed a pattern here, man. Like the last time you were here, it was to roast Freddy Krueger. And this time you're here to roast another character involving pedophilia. So like, are you like our pedophile specialists?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know that's how you have to introduce yourself to your neighbors, but like, I mean...
Yeah, there's a law.
I hope you at least warn Nick that this roast isn't allowed to be streamed within 1,000 feet of a school because he also can't afford any more strikes on his record. But Wes, I think it's pretty obvious that you're the Jeffrey Epstein of our group, only you look way more suicidal than Jeffrey Epstein ever was.
True.
And speaking of people who haven't killed themselves yet, Anna Barden. Man, I hope you're having a week off this week. Gave your feelings a chance to recover, Anna. And Anna, the truth is you've actually always reminded me of a Disney princess, but not Pocahontas. You actually remind me of Ariel from The Little Mermaid, if she were combined with Quasimodo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And Anna, if you were a member of the Trump family, you would likely be Tiffany, just because most people don't realize you exist, including your father.
Oh my God.
And last but not least, despite the pink hair, Hannah Howard is making her return here tonight, which is why our viewers have dropped again. But I'm actually really grateful to Hannah because as a Franzia wine shareholder, she made me a lot of money last week. Election was good for me. You know, I am concerned though, because every week Hannah's hair becomes more dyed and Hannah's alcoholism becomes more apparent. And I'm just worried that you're slowly becoming like the wino version of the Kool-Aid man. And you already have the body for it. But I don't think you have the personality to pull off, oh yeah, you're more of a type. But Hannah, you do remind me of Kellyanne Conway. And actually, did y'all see that footage of Kellyanne doing stand-up appeared this week? Like, this is real. She actually did stand-up back in the day. But I would not compare you and Kellyanne's comedy at all, because I actually saw her get some laughs.
Damn it.
But that brings me back to Governor Ratcliffe. And honestly, what do you say about somebody that's unlikable, that's a terrible human being, and someone who is just that bad for America? I say the same thing I would say to Donald Trump. Fuck him. Back to you, Nick.
That was strong. I got a little turned on when you said, is he talking about me? Is he talking about me? Next up, we have a beautiful creature. I refer to her as a creature because I don't know, when I picture her background, I was really feeling like a nymph kind of vibe. Like really like she was probably in a production of Midsummer Night's Dream. You know, I just know she probably was somewhere. But yeah, let's give it up for this little bitch. I love her. Here is Emily Landrum.
Hello. Little known fact, Nick only had me on the show because I am a direct descendant of Pocahontas. But the joke's on him. Me telling you all that is the whitest thing that I could do. So, I wrote down everybody's roasts on pieces of paper and then grabbed them in a mad dash. So I'm just going to read them in the order that I have them. So Hannah Howard, your pink hair grew out. So when I first saw you, I thought you were one of the single moms I used to wait tables with. But no, you've got a stable family environment. So fuck you and your happy home life. But for real, I have bleach at my house if you want me to help you with those roots. Mine are coming in too. Kyle Porter, you seem really earnest and I find that deeply unsettling. I watched the roast of Michael Myers, and at the beginning of it, I followed you, and at the end of your set, I unfollowed you again. That's a true story. Miles Francis, I'm so glad you're on this lineup tonight because it seems like this is literally all you have. You've got tie-dye shirts, you've got headbands, you've got roasts of cartoon characters. You've got the big three. Anna, we were both Guy Fieri for Halloween, and it's hard to roast someone you have so much in common with. Do you want to take Instagram pictures with me sometime?
Yes.
You know, they say that, like, if you're not getting enough, like, opportunities for yourself, you should go out and you should make your own opportunities, which to me is just proof that absolutely fucking no one was booking Michelle. So many shows. I could never do it. The work ethic is incredible. So, Nick Hawk. I don't know how to like justify this, but to me, your whole vibe is that like in high school, someone told you would get more women if you pretended to be gay. And now it's like way too late to back out. And you still think it might work. You might be the first person in history to keep a gay man as a beard. Wes Corwin, you're too tall.
Yeah, it's just fact.
Wes Davis. When I used to bartend at DCH, sometimes Wes would come up to me before his set and ask me to slap him in the face. So that's me doing this right now. Didn't know how far to go since I'm confident that I could make you cry. So the only thing I wrote down here is that Wes Davis needs a wife. Governor Ratcliffe, the man of the hour. Governor Ratcliffe has the body type of a man who's about to yell at his wife with a mouthful of $14 steak from Texas Roadhouse. Governor Ratcliffe, it's his last chance to be successful, and the only card he has left to play is racism. Are we sure he's not a comedian? I feel like the only difference here is that at the end of the movie, the other white guys actually called him out on it. I'm sorry, it is short and sweet. That is what I've got.
Love you. That was wonderful, kitten. That was wonderful. Oh my goodness, that was wonderful. I just shared that my my set's starting now. Okay, so the thing is I have a lot of anxiety, and you guys know this. Like, welcome to my life. And I drank quite a bit today, mixed with a little bit of smoking. Okay, now the thing is, some of these jokes come from the deepest, darkest place in my heart, I feel like, because I didn't even know some of this existed until today. So I just want to start because get my own fucking one.
Screwdriver. Oh.
God.
That was messy. Okay.
You okay?
Let's see what I burped. Okay, here we go. I'm just trying to do my best impression. I'm trying to do my best impression of Tom. I didn't.
Doing my next.
Just have absolutely nothing to say. You know what I mean? Governor Radcliffe is just a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You can just tell by the swivel in his walk that he's just a bossy bottom, you know? He's probably over there just milking the settlers because it's the harvest and we need to gather as much as we can, you know? Speaking of cock destroyers, I think I saw a pedophile in the audience. Kyle Porter is here.
Yeah.
When I think about it, sometimes I question if Jesus is real, you know what I mean? Or God is real, because when you think of all the celebrities that have just lost their life to overdosing, Brittany Murphy, Heath Ledger, Anna Nicole Smith, it's just like, why won't he just fucking take Kyle, you know? I don't get it. Like, trust me, no women will be asking where he went. You know what I mean? No one. Kyle Porter looks like a younger, sickly version of Dave from KFC. I don't know if you guys know this, but he's just fresh out of remission. So if you see him stumbling, he's just getting his legs back. Emily, oh my God, I have to scroll to you so I can see your face. Okay, so listen. I know this is our first time meeting, so welcome. Emily reminds me of a pixie. She's just so cute and spooky. Hey guys, if we all scream, we don't believe, maybe she'll die right here. You know? Do you think we could do that? That'd be cool. Emily looks like the kind of girl that never misses a Renaissance fair. I bet her and her hubby spice things up in the bedroom by dressing as Fiona and Shrek, which is currently Anna Barden's favorite category to search on Pornhub. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but in the Halloween roast, she wore a Shrek mask and it got frozen. I was terrified. Anna just adores Shrek. But now that I'm thinking about it, maybe the reason no man has penetrated that briar field of a bush is because you refer to your vagina as the swamp. You know, it's just a little off-putting. Speaking of ogres with no manners, we're lucky enough to have this sack of potatoes with us here tonight. Let's give it up for Hannah Howard. Hannah Howard being here tonight is as important as it is in the movie for the legal age of consent for a Native American teen, you know? It just might as well be non-existent. Seems to me like Hannah Howard could be Governor Radcliffe's emo daughter. They both are whiny bitches who just can't dress. You know what I mean? Garbage. Like, what is happening? No, but honestly, it's really good to have you back, Hannah. Said no one ever. We have Wes Davis is back. And like most straight men that show interest in me, he kept messaging me to link up for a show, but something always came up. And it wasn't his dick either. It wasn't his dick. Wes Davis reminds me of Gaston because he's a fucking prick. I just want to let you know, Wes Davis, Anna Barden is a fucking angel. How dare you? You know, right. How dare you? Oh, God. Wes Davis is a reminder that some abortions are worth it. Nice. Just try it out, ladies. Wes Davis is so stupid. He thinks painting with all the colors of the wind means coming on his significant other's face.
Does it?
But it's okay because I like it every time. Michelle, honestly, I'm gonna be straightforward here. You're so nice that I had a really hard time making jokes about you this week, but I think I got at least one good one. So just tell me what you think. Michelle Rose Dahm is here tonight because the Sam Brand fan club meeting was canceled. Yeah, Sam, as we all know, is from Louisiana and has a tendency to make Michelle's vagina feel like a misty bayou, you know? Her vagina has more water damage than all the victims' houses of Hurricane Katrina, okay? It's been through a lot. Yeah, someone will laugh at that on the views. Next up, we have Wes Corwin. What up, buddy?
Hey.
Still in bed. I love it. Wes Corwin looks, he definitely knows what the words pillage and rape mean. She said it was rape, but he said, great. Sorry. Wes Corwin's hair is an interesting yet off-putting choice. He accomplishes this look by taking a shower and then getting out with a wet fork and putting it right in, you know, the light socket. It's pretty good. I think Wes Corwin was actually in Pocahontas because he totally looks like Mr. Burns dressed as a settler after a night of bottoming. It's crazy. He just looks like that. His hair's so disheveled. Miles, that was for you because we spent time together. I just threw Mr. Burns in because you know what? I'm just like, oh, I'm a comedian. Let's go off the cuff. You know what happened? Bullshit happened.
He spilled all over himself.
Hey, I did.
God, Nick, you're so cute.
And you know what, Tom? That's how you deliver a set, Tom. That's a fucking set. Do your research. Fucking tard. I'm sorry, tard is not a nice thing to say. Hello, Emily. You did wonderful. Hannah, literally, I'm so happy you're back. I still liked you better last week. Wes Corwin. Balls. Miles Francis, like, you dumpy slut. Kyle Porter, fuck me. Wes Davis. Seriously, I'll fucking burn your house down for what you did to Anna. Anna Barton. She's fantastic. Guys, this has been such a treat just to hang out with my friends. On to be you friends. Emily, we're fucking friends, okay? We're friends.
Ready.
God damn it. It has just been such a treat to talk about, you know, everything that's going on in the world. This was a perfect thing to relate to Trump. I didn't even get into politics until this year, okay? Because honestly, it didn't fucking affect me. I'm going to be honest. I'm over here living my gay, happy life, sucking dicks left and right. You know what I mean? I'm still living. And this election, it kind of was like threatening the gay agenda. You know what I mean? When he was doing his inauguration into the White House, and before it even televised, bitches, he took down the LGBT tab off the White House page. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? You can say you're not against this as much as you want, you fucking sweet potato, but you are. And now guess what? You don't have a fucking job, faggot. I'm sorry, that was me.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know what it was like. Because, you know, straight people yell faggot all the time. And I just wanted to hear the power that you guys feel it has. Honestly, thank you for dealing with my shenanigans, everyone here tonight. We are going to go in a random order. And we're going to pop everybody's face up on here. So you can go follow them on social media. Hey, here's mine over here. Check it out. And feel free to donate, give whatever, donate to our alcoholism, to our Venmos, Cash App, whatever you want to do. This is your day. We are struggling too. I spilled on my fucking shirt. This has to go to dry cleaning. This is Mickey Mouse choking the shit out of me. Did you guys not notice? What is happening?
Shit.
I can only see his hands.
He is, because that's all you need to see, because he's draining the life out of me. Ever since I was a Disney dancer, yeah, I danced at Disney, no big deal. Not a shocker, because I'm gay. But he's been strangling me ever since, so I had to do Pocahontas tonight. But we're going to go with the lovely sunflower herself of tonight. It's just Emily.
Hello.
On all of her social media, Instagram, Twitter, at mballs. Yum.
And I had to change my Venmo username because I had a viral tweet about Venmo and people wouldn't stop giving me money.
Ooh, that's pretty awesome. Like, what a deal. Next up, we have Miss Hannah Howard. She paints with all the colors of the wind. Hannah Howard, Instagram, at Miss Hannah Howard. Cash App, $, bitchin' Hannah if you want it, tap. I'll never forget it. I just will never forget it. Go to Miles Francis.
Yeah.
right here. Mess your most days off. Do it.
Yes, thank you for plugging that for me.
Please send me money all the time. I'll do the things Emily wouldn't.
Joke butt 2 at joke butt 2. Next up, we have Wes Corwin. Yes. That was a nice effect. I like it. Get it. Wes Corwin, Twitter at West Cornfield. Venmo at West-Corwin. He's the best. He's so nice. I just love him. I just love him so much. Now let's give it up for this big old bag of dicks. Kyle Porter.
Oh, this is what I'll do to you, Nick. Oh.
No.
Kyle Porter. Venmo at Kyle-Porter-16.
Money, please.
Instagram at Kyle Sam Porter if you want to see nudes. They're up there.
Oh
my God.
Here's Wes Davis, a man who is sure to disappoint any woman he encounters. Instagram / Twitter at Factor.
Yeah, it's a long story.
It's cute. I like to pick on you because
Long
you're
story.
Right
It's not
now.
worth telling. I promise.
tell it.
Don't.
Venmo
hear it.
at
Leave it as
Wes
is.
Davis 65 because those are the women he's looking for over the age of 60.
Prunes before I go down on you, that would improve the flavor very much, and I do appreciate the consideration. What Miles won't do, I'll negotiate for Nick, so pay me.
I love you. Next up, we have a disappointed creature right here. Here she is. Her name is Michelle. I don't know why I said you were disappointed. Maybe, disappointing was what I meant. No, I'm just kidding. Twitter at Mitch Rose for real though. Instagram at Michelle Rose for real with just spell out the 4 on that one. And Venmo at Michelle Dom. Dome? Is it Dome or Dom?
It's dome like comb.
Oh shit! I fucked
So I've
up.
been saying it wrong the whole night. This is so dope for me. Really, someone who is not celebrated enough. Anna Bards.
I like my tongues blue.
Oh.
I had a baby bottle pop, bitch.
Baby bottle pop, baby bottle pop.
It's like really burning my lips.
Guys, I remember every jingle from the fucking 90s, 2000s. It's ridiculous. I'm old as while I'm over here still celebrating and drinking. I'm just gonna drink a whole bunch before we get off here because you know what? Everyone loves that.
Cheers, Bubba.
Yeah.
Salud.
I have
Great
vodka.
God damn it! Again.
You're already gonna need to get dry
Shut
clean. Don't stop now.
Guys,
It's
listen,
a machine washable shirt, and we all know it.
I have makeup on my shirt now. I put a little on just to.
You're coming undone.
All right. Well, I love you guys so much. You guys have a wonderful night. Come check us out next week when guys get it. Oh my God, this is the one I've been waiting for. Someone suggested it, and I was like, why wasn't that my suggestion? Because it's like the quintessential baddie of the 90s. Okay.
It was me. I suggested it.
Of course, she's killing it. It's I don't know if you guys know her, but it's Angelica from Rugrats. Are you fucking kidding? And I think each one of the people on the show is gonna be your background is gonna be a character who I think you remind me the most of. It'll be fun. I love games. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Emily. Fucking leave. We're wonderful tonight. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Honestly, I'm so happy that you guys did it. And tune in, share this, be yourselves. Love you.